recording device, which is Webcam Max, and record it here too. In addition to that, I want to record it from the cloud using Loom. See if Loom works. Using JCreate, no. So I'll use another camera like Microsoft Webcam. See if that works. And the answer is yes, that works. So I'll just lower it a bit. And shift it to the side a little. Okay. And start recording. Finally, last but not least, is the SAW problem step recorder. And initially it's not responding, so I may have to close it and reopen it. We'll see if it responds. And I'll let it continue. Otherwise I may have to turn it off and start it again. It seems that it has some kind of a problem to start. So, for some reason, it's not responding. So what I can do, I can turn it off. Okay, now, let's see if it works. I want to click Review Additional Details. And it seems like something is wrong with it. I don't know what is the problem exactly, but it doesn't seem to be a responsive step recorder not responding. Let's see if I can close it. Oops. I didn't mean to do anything like that. When I go back to same thing, open it wide, because I want to focus on this part, and I do want to run problem step recorder. I want to start a new recording and add a comment with the video file name that I just started. I want to also add this video file link to my notes. So my notes, I have here a file just about this topic. And I'm going to paste the video file here. And not only that, we'll make a new folder that includes the video file name. So for that reason, I will duplicate the file from above, copy to the clipboard buffer, then paste it, and then embed the video file name here, copy and paste it in the first position. Then I wanted to add a space and also notebook LM. And the date is wrong also, so I'll correct the date. So first of all will be notebook LM. Notebook LM. Okay, and now we got an entire file name. Copy it. I don't know what happens there. Just place the cursor in front of it. Couple of down arrows. Copy to the clipboard buffer. Edit as a command to Psar. We'll see if Psar actually works. start Pixar and save Pixar. Paste it again. Today is the 18th, so I'm going to correct it to the 18th. The day of the week is a Friday. So that will be capital F and R. The time of the day is 9:08 p.m. 9:08 p.m. Notebook LN. And it's going to go to the Pixar.txt subfolder instead of the street stages. It will be swing stages. Copy to the clipboard buffer. Review additional details. See 44 steps and start anew and add a comment with the previous file name. And paste the comment in and then go to my notes and paste it at the top of the notes. No, I'll paste it here and color it. Somehow I managed to mess it up, but anyways, I'll color it. I don't know what is the problem that I'm having, but I have some kind of a problem here. Let's color it yellow and red, then bold, italic and underline. Let's see. Now, let's go back to my notes here and play it back. 8 minutes.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging straight into something really exciting happening in downtown Miami.
Oh, yeah. What's going on?
Well, the historic Flagler District is basically turning into a huge open-air concert venue. It's called Street Stages 2025.
Street stages. Okay, interesting. So taking the music right to the street level in that historic area.
Exactly. It's all about transforming the space, bringing this live energy,
That's a really compelling idea, actually. Using the urban environment itself as the stage, infusing it with, well, life.
Right. And this isn't just a one-off thing. It's happening every Thursday and Saturday.
Oh, regularly.
Yeah, it started April 17th and runs right through until May 24th, 2025.
Okay, so a solid block of time there.
And the times are pretty convenient, 5:00 p.m. to 8:45 p.m., sort of catching that after-work early evening crowd.
That recurring schedule is smart. It's not just a festival weekend. It's like becoming part of the downtown rhythm for a while.
Yeah, building a habit maybe, and get this, it's all completely free.
Wow, free.
Yep, free community programming. You can literally just be walking by and catch some amazing music.
That's fantastic for accessibility. What kind of music are we talking about?
Oh, it's a real mix. They've got jazz, Latin pop, soul, funk, R&B, basically a great slice of Miami's sound.
That diversity makes sense for Miami. It reflects the city's, whole vibe, a real melting pot of sounds.
Totally. And the main spot is 148 E Flagler Street.
Okay, 148 E Flagler.
Right across from Lost Boy Dry Goods and over-under places people might already know.
Ah, smart positioning. Near existing spots where people gather.
Exactly. It creates this natural flow, I guess. Grab a drink, hear some music, maybe wander over.
That synergy is key. You're not asking people to go way out of their way. You're bringing the experience to them.
That's the whole idea behind it, seems like. Encouraging everyone, diners, people just passing through, music fans, to stop, listen, maybe even, dance a little.
We'll discover the pulse of downtown, as they say.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is this isn't like brand spanking new. It has roots.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, apparently, street stages started back in January 2021. Olympia Center, which is now Olympia Arts in Miami, kicked it off.
January 21, so right in the thick of the pandemic.
Exactly. It was their way of finding a safe, socially distanced way for people to experience performing arts.
Ah, clever. When indoor venues were tricky.
Right. They apparently used storefront art installations as like backdrops initially.
That's incredibly resourceful, turning limitations into a public art opportunity. Very cool.
Yeah. And now this current series is special because it's activating parts of Flagler Street that have just been redone.
Oh, the Festival Streetscape project.
That's the one. So the music is actually highlighting the physical improvements happening downtown too.
So it's entertainment and a showcase for the revitalization efforts. That's multi-layered.
Definitely feels like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk artists because the lineup sounds frankly amazing. World-class talent, they're saying.
All right, let's hear it. Who's playing?
First up, Nikki Kidd. She's a Miami Beach local.
Nikki Kidd, right? I know the name. Jazz vocalist, right? But more than just jazz.
Yeah, they describe her sound as jazz, soul, reggae, and pop all blended together.
That's quite a mix.
And listen to who she's shared stages with.
Yeah.
Gloria Estefan, Michael Bublé, Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Wow. Okay. That's serious company. Speaks volumes about her talent and professionalism.
No kidding. Plus, she studied jazz vocals at University of Miami.
Solid training.
And she's picked up awards, Miami, New Times Best Jazz Act, Legacy Magazine 40 Under 40. She's clearly a big deal locally.
Definitely sounds like a must-see act. Who else?
Then there's the Warren Hill Quartet. They're described as a South Florida favorite.
Warren Hill. R&B, funk, jazz kind of vibe.
Exactly. Vocalist, keyboardist, band leader. Seems like he really knows how to work a crowd.
Mm-hmm. And he's been around the scene, right?
Oh, yeah. He's open for people like Johnny Mathis, Clarence Clemens.
The big man from the East Street Band. Wow.
Yeah. Nestor Torres, Huey Lewis, Michael Bolton, too. Quite the list.
That's some serious range in terms of openers. And he has deep musical roots, vocals, piano.
Theory, too. So, the musicianship is there. He leads various local groups, too, apparently. Very versatile.
Sounds like a really solid, high-energy act for a street setting. Okay, who's next?
Next is Ili Chirumba and Friends. This one sounds like it brings an international flavor.
Ilik Flumba. Sounds Spanish.
Bingo. He's a percussionist and band leader, originally from Madrid, now based here in Miami.
Okay, so what's his style? Flamenco.
Definitely flamenco, but blended with Latin jazz and global grooves is how they put it. He founded QR Flamenco Jazz.
Flamenco jazz fusion. That could be really exciting. Passionate.
And they specifically mentioned to expect flamenco beats and live dancers.
Oh, dancers too. That adds a whole visual element. Really brings that Spanish energy to Flagler Street.
Totally. It feels like a perfect fit for Miami's, global connections.
It really does. Okay, one more act you mentioned.
Yeah, the Lotus Collective. This one sounds, eclectic doesn't quite cover it.
Okay. Intriguing. What's the deal?
They call it a Miami music experience. They pull from salsa, disco, funk, jazz, reggae, even psychedelic grooves.
Whoa, that's
Right.
a lot. Sounds like a jam band, maybe.
Kind of give that impression.
Oh,
It was founded by musicians who came to Miami to chase their dreams. Lord Chocolat and Ivan Lotus.
Lord Chocolate. Okay, memorable names.
Right, and there's singer-songwriter Kai Lotus, a painter who drums named Julian Castro, some jazz blues guys, a percussionist. It sounds like a real collective effort.
A true melting pot of sounds and talents. That feels very Miami, too.
They even mentioned specific song titles like Perro Negro and Swedish Dreams, which kind of hints at the range,
Definitely suggests they're not sticking to one genre. High energy, probably, and maybe a bit unexpected. Sounds fun.
So beyond the music itself, which is obviously the main draw, there's another layer too.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
They're doing something called street galleries.
Street galleries.
Yeah, they're using vacant storefront windows along Flagler and turning them into mini art galleries featuring specific artists.
Ah, that's brilliant. Activating those empty spaces and adding a visual art component to the whole experience.
Right, so you're walking along, hearing music, And you can also catch some art in the windows. Extends the whole thing beyond just the stage area.
It makes the whole street feel more alive, more engaging, smart use of resources.
And to really complete the picture, they list a ton of nearby restaurants and bars in the Flagler district.
Right, because you want people to make an evening of it.
Exactly. Places like Crema Gourmet, Doro Pizza, El Primo Red Tacos, Julian Henry's, that big food hall.
Oh yeah, Julian Henry's is huge. Lost Boy, Over Under, which we mentioned.
Shish Kebab. Torno Subito up on the roof at Julian Henry's. New Wine, Bengal Indian, Biscayne Bay Brewing.
Motec, New Kitchen, Soya y Pomodoro, Mama Tried, Tipsy Flamingo. Wow, there really are a lot of options right there.
It really drives home that this isn't happening in isolation. The district itself is buzzing, and this adds another major reason to be there.
It paints a picture of a really vibrant evening out. Food, drinks, free live music from top-tier local artists, maybe some art, all in this revitalized historic setting.
So summing it up, Street Stages 2025 feels like a genuinely special offering for Miami right now.
Absolutely. It's free, it's high quality, it's diverse, and it's happening consistently for the next month or so.
A great way to experience that downtown transformation firsthand.
And it really highlights how cultural programming can energize a neighborhood, draw people in, and contribute to that sense of place.
So if you're listening and you're in or near Miami, definitely consider heading down to Flagler Street, Thursdays, Saturdays, 5:00 to 8:45 p.m. until May 24th.
Check out the scene, grab a bite, enjoy the music. Sounds like a perfect spring evening.
Definitely. And it makes you think, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, at least this was something to ponder. Thinking about how initiatives like Street Stages, using public spaces creatively, offering free culture, how that can really boost a city.
Mm-hmm. How it can build community and just make urban life richer. It prompts the question, what kinds of creative uses of public space could bring people together and add vibrancy where you live?
Exactly. Something to think about. What could spark that kind of energy in your own neighborhood?
Yeah.
Now I want to see if the interactive mode will work. Click the beta and start playing it.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging straight into something really exciting happening in downtown Miami.
Oh yeah? What's going on?
Well, the historic Flagler District is basically turning into a huge open-air concert venue. It's called Street Stages 2025.
Street stages. Okay, interesting. So taking the music right to the street level in that historic area.
Exactly. It's all about transforming the space, bringing this live energy.
That's a really compelling idea, actually. Using the urban environment itself as the stage, infusing it with, well, life.
Right. And this isn't just a one-off thing. It's happening every Thursday and Saturday.
Oh, regularly.
Yeah, it started April 17th and runs right through until May 24th, 2025.
Okay, so a solid block of time there.
Uh-huh. And the times are pretty convenient, 5:00 p.m. to 8:45 p.m., sort of catching that after-work, early evening crowd.
That recurring schedule is smart. It's not just a festival weekend. It's like becoming part of the downtown rhythm for a while.
Yeah, building a habit, maybe. And get this, it's all completely free.
Wow, free!
Yep, free community programming. You can literally just be walking by and catch some amazing music.
That's fantastic for accessibility. What kind of music are we talking about?
Oh, it's a real mix. They've got jazz, Latin pop, soul, funk, R&B, basically a great slice of Miami's sound.
That diversity makes sense for Miami. It reflects the city's, whole vibe, a real melting pot of sounds.
Totally. And the main spot is 148E Flagler Street.
Okay, 148E Flagler.
Right across from Lost Boy Dry Goods and over other places people might already know.
Ah, smart positioning, near existing spots where people gather.
Exactly. It creates this natural flow, I guess. Grab a drink, hear some music, maybe wander over.
That synergy is key. You're not asking people to go way out of their way. You're bringing the experience to them.
That's the whole idea behind. Oh, our listeners got something to share. Let's hear it.
Yes, plenty of space to dance on the street across from the restaurant.
Absolutely. The videos we looked at of previous Street Stages events really showed people enjoying the music and dancing right there on the sidewalk. It looked like a fantastic atmosphere.
It really speaks to the intention behind this, doesn't it? Taking art to the streets and activating the public space in a lively way.
Exactly. It was their way of finding a safe, socially distanced way for people that experience performing arts initially, back when indoor gatherings were more restricted.
Ah, clever thinking. turning those limitations into an opportunity to bring art directly to the people outdoors.
Right. They apparently even use storefront art installations as like backdrops in the beginning.
That's so resourceful. It shows how you can really reimagine urban spaces. Very cool.
Yeah. And this, oh yeah, let's hear it.
And they had also umbrellas and little stools to sit on if it is too sunny.
Oh, that's great to know. It sounds like they really thought about people's comfort.
Providing those little touches can make a big difference in how welcoming the event feels.
Definitely makes it easier for people to just relax and enjoy the music without worrying about the sun.
So, you were about to tell us who the performers would be this time around, right?
Exactly. First up is Nikki Kidd, and she's a local talent right from Miami Beach.
Nikki Kidd, I recognize that name. Isn't she a fantastic jazz vocalist? But I think her style is quite broad.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, and she's playing together with a organ and keyboard player that helps.
Yes, she is, and you're right. She often performs with a band.
It is. They actually describe her sound as this cool blend of jazz, soul, reggae, and pop all mixed together.
That sounds like a really engaging and accessible sound for an outdoor street performance, especially with those seating options.
And get this, she's actually shared stages with some huge names. We're talking Gloria Estefan, Michael Bublé, and Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Wow. Okay, that really tells you something about the level of her talent and her professional experience.
Absolutely. Plus, she's got a strong background, having studied jazz vocals right here at the University of Miami.
So she's got the solid training to back up that natural talent.
And she also been recognized locally, winning awards like Miami New Times Best Jazz Act and Legacy Magazine's 40 Under 40. She's clearly a significant figure in the Miami music scene.
She definitely sounds like an act you wouldn't want to miss. Who else is on the bill?
Then we have the Warren Hill Quartet, and they're described as a real favorite here in South Florida.
Warren Hill, I'm picturing more of an R&B, maybe a little funk and jazz influence kind of vibe.
You've got it. He's a vocalist, a keyboardist, and the band leader. Sounds like he really knows how to connect with an audience.
Mm-hmm. And he's been a part of the local music scene for quite some time, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's actually opened for some legendary performers, people like Johnny Mathis and Clarence Clemons.
Clarence Clemons, the big man himself from the East Street Band. That's incredible.
Right, and the list goes on. Nestor Torres, Huey Lewis, even Michael Bolton. Quite a diverse range of artists he's supported.
That really shows his versatility and appeal. And with vocals, piano, and a strong understanding of music theory, it sounds like a very well-rounded musical experience.
Exactly. And he leads various local groups, too, so he's clearly a driving force in the Miami music community. Sounds like a really energetic and engaging performance for a street setting. Okay, who's next on the list?
Next up, we have ARush Rumba and Friends. This name suggests a bit of an international flavor, wouldn't you say?
You're spot on. ARush Rumba is a percussionist and band leader who originally hails from Madrid and is now based right here in Miami.
Okay, Madrid. So are we talking flamenco influences here?
Definitely flamenco, but with a twist. They blend it with Latin jazz and what they call global grooves. He's also the...
Yep, go on.
Also flamenco dancing.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The description does mention live dancers performing with them.
Yes. It says to expect hypnotic flamenco beats and live dancers.
Oh, dancers too. That brings in such a vibrant visual element.
It'll really bring that Spanish energy right... Oh, go for it.
Where the people from the street can join the flamenco dancers and form a bonding atmosphere.
That's a wonderful thought. The energy of flamenco is so infectious. It would be amazing if people felt moved to join in.
You know, thinking about those videos we saw, there was such a joyful and open atmosphere. It really felt like everyone was part of the experience.
While it's not explicitly stated that the audience can join the professional dancers, that spontaneous connection and shared energy is definitely a big part of street performances like this.
It creates that feeling of community and makes it a truly memorable event for everyone there, whether they're dancing or just enjoying the show.
Exactly. Okay, so after ARush Rummer and Friends, we have the Lotus Collective. Now this one sounds, well, eclectic almost feels like an understatement.
Haha, okay, you've piqued my interest. What's their musical style?
They describe it as a Miami music experience.
They draw from all sorts of genres: salsa, disco, funk, jazz, reggae, and even psychedelic grooves.
Whoa, that's quite a mix. Sounds like the kind of band that could really surprise you with their sound. Oh yeah, let's hear it.
And don't forget Latin music.
You are absolutely right. Latin music is definitely a key part of that Miami sound.
Oh yeah, with a name like the Lotus Collective and that mix of salsa and other genres, You know, it's going to have that Latin flavor woven in.
Right, and the collective also includes singer-songwriter Kai Lotus, a painter who plays drums named Julian Castro, some musicians with a jazz blues background, and a percussionist.
It really does sound like a collaborative effort, bringing in all those different influences, including Latin rhythms.
A true melting pot of different sounds and talents coming together. That feels very much like the spirit of Miami as well.
They even mentioned specific song titles like Pero Negro, which right there tells you there's some Latin influence, and then Swedish Dreams, which really gives you a hint at the broad range of their music.
Definitely suggests they're not afraid to explore different sonic landscapes, and I'm sure those Latin influences will really shine through. Sounds like it would be a high energy and maybe a little unpredictable performance. Fun.
So beyond all the incredible music, which is clearly the main attraction, there's another really cool element to street stages.
Oh yeah? What else have they got going on?
They're doing something they're calling street galleries.
Street galleries, that sounds intriguing.
Yeah, they're actually using the vacant storefront windows along Flagler Street and turning them into these little mini art galleries showcasing the work of specific artists.
Oh, that's such a brilliant idea. It activates those otherwise empty spaces and adds this whole visual art dimension to the overall experience.
Exactly. So you could be walking along, enjoying the live music, maybe even some salsa rhythms, and you can also take in some interesting art in the storefront windows.
It really expands. Oh, yeah.
And adding little mini happy hours in the art stores.
Well, that's a fantastic idea. It would really create a whole vibe, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Imagine strolling along, enjoying the art, and then being able to pop in for a little refreshment.
It would make it even more of a social and engaging experience, like a little art walk with perks.
It ties in perfectly with the idea of activating the street and encouraging people to linger and explore.
It definitely makes you think about how these different elements can work together to create a more vibrant atmosphere.
Speaking of lingering and exploring, there are also a ton of great places to grab food and drinks right in the area.
Oh yeah, they've got places like Crema Gourmet, Doro Pizza, El Primo Red Tacos, and Julian Henry's, that big food hall we talked about.
Oh yeah, Julian Henry's has so many great options. And then there's Lost Boy and Over Under, which we mentioned earlier.
Plus shish kebab, torno subito, up on the rooftop of Julian Henry's, new wine, Bengal Indian cuisine, and Biscayne Bay Brewing Company.
And let's not forget Motec, New Kitchen, Soya y Pomodoro, Mama Tried, and Tipsy Flamingo. Wow, there really is a huge selection of places right there.
It really emphasizes that this event isn't happening in a vacuum. The whole district is buzzing, and Street Stages just adds another fantastic reason to be there.
It really paints a picture.
Oh yeah, go on.
They block the car traffic so there is no motor vehicles, only pedestrians.
Oh, that's really interesting to know. It makes perfect sense for a street festival, creating that pedestrian-friendly zone.
Absolutely. It reinforces that idea of reclaiming the street for people, for music, for art, and for just enjoying the downtown vibe without having to worry about cars.
So it truly becomes a walkable, immersive experience where you can freely move between the stages, the art galleries, and all those restaurants we just mentioned.
Exactly. It sounds like they really want to create a vibrant and safe atmosphere for everyone to enjoy the performances and explore the area.
It really elevates the idea of a street stage, doesn't it? It's not just music happening on a street, but the entire street becoming an event space.
All in this beautifully revitalized historic setting, now completely open to pedestrians.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Making the street itself a dance floor for both the professional dancers and the audience to join and dance.
That's a wonderful image, turning the entire street into this spontaneous shared dance floor.
You know, when they talk about encouraging people to dance in the street, that really brings it to life.
It speaks to the inclusive nature of public art and performance, breaking down those barriers between performer and audience.
Exactly. It's not just about watching, it's about experiencing and participating in the rhythm of the city.
Oh, considering everything we've talked about, Street Stages 2025 really does feel like a special event for Miami right now.
Absolutely. It's free, it's bringing incredible music, and it's all happening in this newly pedestrianized zone.
That car-free environment really enhances the experience, making it easy to move around and enjoy everything.
And it highlights the power of creative programming to really bring energy to a historic part of the city.
So if you're in the Miami area between now and May 24th, definitely consider heading to Flagler Street on a Thursday or Saturday evening.
Go experience that lively atmosphere, maybe even join in some dancing in the street.
And with all those nearby restaurants and bars, you can easily make a whole night of it, strolling freely.
It sounds like a fantastic way to enjoy a spring evening in a space dedicated to pedestrians.
It really makes you think about the potential of public spaces when they're designed for people to connect and engage.
Hmm. Imagining,
Oh, go for it.
Also nearby, the Miami-Dade College as well as the Olympia Theater.
that's a great point. It really is centrally located.
Being so close to Miami-Dade College means there's likely a built-in audience of students and faculty.
Definitely adds to that vibrant downtown energy. And of course, it's right near the historic Olympia Theater itself.
Which, in a way, feels like the heart of arts and culture in that area. So it's a natural connection.
Absolutely. It's like this whole block is becoming a real hub for arts and entertainment.
It makes the Street Stages project feel even more integrated into the cultural fabric of the city.
It's like they're extending the artistic energy of the theater out onto the street.
Exactly. So thinking about how other neighborhoods might take inspiration.
You can see how activating these central locations can really benefit the whole community.
It's a testament to how bringing free events to accessible areas can enrich city life.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Street Stages 2025.
It certainly sounds like a fantastic initiative, bringing so much life to downtown Miami.
We hope you get a chance to check it out if you're in the area.
Thanks for joining us for this look at some exciting local arts programming.
Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
Thank you. That was a very good podcast.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, your engagement and comments really make the show what it is.
We're so glad you enjoyed our exploration of street stages.
It was fun diving into all the details of this local event.
And we always value your perspective and additions to the conversation.
Absolutely. Your insights about the location being near the college and the theater were spot on.
It really helped to paint a more complete picture of the event's significance.
So thank you again for tuning in and sharing your thoughts with us.
Always learning from your contributions as well.
We're always looking forward to our next deep dive with you.
Until then, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
And maybe we'll even see you dancing on Flagler Street sometime.
Take care, and we'll catch you next time for another deep dive.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah, goodbye, and watch me in the pictures on the website dance together with the professional performers.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. We'll definitely keep an eye out for those pictures.
What a wonderful way to immerse yourself in the experience. It truly embodies the spirit of street stages.
That idea of the audience and performers sharing that space and energy is just brilliant.
And being able to see those moments captured on the website will be a real treat for everyone.
It sounds like you had an incredible time connecting with the music and the performers.
We love hearing that you felt so engaged and part of the event. That's what it's all about. Hey, yeah, what's up?
And also people who walk by just by accident and stay around, and those that go to the theater before and after the theater join the crowd and participate in the dancing and in the music.
That's a really interesting question about how people might experience street stages.
It absolutely seems like the kind of event where people could just stumble upon it.
The location right there on Flagler Street makes it so accessible to passersby.
And with the music being free, there's no barrier to just stopping and enjoying for a bit.
As for the Olympia Theater, it's just around the corner, so the energy could definitely flow.
People attending an event at the theater might hear the music and wander over afterwards.
And vice versa, someone enjoying the street performances might then be curious about what's happening at the Olympia.
It creates this really nice synergy between the different arts and entertainment options downtown.
And that idea of people joining in the dancing spontaneously really captures the spirit of a street performance.
We saw in some of the videos that joyful, open atmosphere you mentioned earlier.
It truly feels like an invitation for everyone to be part of the experience, however they choose.
Thanks again for sharing your enthusiasm with us. It really adds so much to our conversation.
We're so glad you enjoyed the podcast and that you're planning to be a part of the Street Stages experience in such a fun way.
We'll be sure to check the website for those pictures of you dancing.
It sounds like a memory in the making. Thank you again for tuning in today.
We always appreciate you joining us for our deep dives.
Until our next podcast, take care and keep dancing.
Goodbye for now.
adding the discussion with the comments. Then I'm looking for my notes. I'm going to add the notes also. Edit, select all and edit, copy, go down and add a summary, paste, then add chapters and save 3 chapters. Activity, edit, trim video, add links. Transcript. I want to get the transcript. I want to go into the transcript somehow and examine it, but I don't think I can find it easily. Where is this transcript? Here it is. Okay. Well, I can get this transcript. I will stick the transcript into my notes. Make it a little segregated here with maybe braces, open braces, oh yes, and closed braces, and a couple of blanks before and after. Let's see if I can, oh, I color it also, I color it green, so it will be different than the yellow. Then paste the transcript in here. Oops, that didn't work too well. All I got is the shell. What I wanted is the transcript, not the shell. And then I need to copy it on bottom. Oops.
Okay.
Can I get the shell this one? I want to get the transcript. Hold down the shift and scroll up. Doesn't work. Let's see if I can go down and scroll down.